What set up for 3:15? I'm live, woman. Thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate. Oh shit. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm just setting this phone up. Mm. Hey. Let's see. William, the unknown cook. This is cool and awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming. I'm streaming from my cell phone, which is very, very weird for me. But I'm finishing the story job. Excuse the mess in my room. Um, I got CC on my cell phone. She's funny. Her eyes are very open. Let me pull up my chat so I can go ahead and greet you guys. Um, Here we go. She asked me for my link. And I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Patience, patience, patience. Patience is a virtue. Did everybody know that patience is a virtue? But I've always said silence is a virtue. And they told me that's true because I'm always silent. I don't speak. Hey, thank you so much, William, the Arnold Cook. Awesome for you to come. I appreciate it truly. May you please type Buddha to drop your link in the chat. This computer is always messing up. Hey, Uniquely Lavish, how are you and the family? Let me mute this one. If you could hear me, please type one because I'm streaming from my cell phone. Let me lower this. I'm streaming from my cell phone. I pushed something yesterday and it ended my live. Okay, you guys can hear me. Thank you very much. Um, I'm gonna finish the story of Job. It was highly recommended to me by my uncle, uh, Uncle Paul. We all call him Uncle Paul. We're not blood related, but he has a channel called Yankee Southerner. I put it in the first video, the first live. If not, I'll do it again in this one. Yeah, I'm doing a little better, you know. Yeah, each day, taking it day by day. I'm trying to get rest. And I just I just want to go live because I feel like this is peace, you know? This is about me, this is about you, it's about everybody uniting and getting to know each other and growing and helping each other. And so I'm gonna wait till more people come in. I'm gonna type this to you in the chat to drop the link. I'm gonna go ahead and try to pin it. Let's see. Okay. Hey, cool. That's cool. I know some people came in yesterday that I didn't really know them. Um, and they were asking me for a wrench, but if you could type Buddha, that will automatically drop your link. And thank you once again, everybody, for coming and taking the time out to come here because you really don't have to. I appreciate that. Um, Where is my greeting? It should be in my notepad. Give me 1 minute, guys. And I have some lottery scratch offs, but I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow in a video. I have a bunch of videos to do, and I have an unboxing to do. So I should be editing and unboxing this weekend. I'm not gonna be live that long, so we'll finish off the story of Job. Okay, we got 3 people in the house. Thank you very much. I appreciate it for staying in the background and being here. I truly, truly appreciate it each and every day. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. There's not enough words to describe or express how thankful I am to each and every one of you. I know I gotta change my license to standard and not creative. So do that. But yeah, you take a banana with strawberries and coconut water and put ice and blend it in the blender, and that gives you your vitamin K, your potassium, and that so basically helps you. Basically. I thought I had like a crop circle. I just started this. Well, how are you and how's everybody in the chat? How are all of you doing today? What are your plans for this weekend? Do you have any plans or you just want to sit back, chill, and relax? That's what I want to do, was take a nap. But it said my thumbnail is when you walk with mindfulness, you set an example to everyone you see. Even if you don't realize it, when we see you walking with freedom, with peace, that's cool, relaxing, Eddie. That's what I'm talking about. When you're walking with peace, with joy, you may be motivated by desire to mirror you together without effort. So, because I wanted to YouTube, yeah, I guess I gotta fix everything at the end. And the video, the picture is on this phone. So, all right, let me finish the story. We finished off on 15 of the story of Job. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, should a wise man answer with empty knowledge and fill himself with the east wind? Should he should he reason with unprofitable talk, or by the speeches with which he can do no good? Yes, you can cast off fear and restrain prayer before God, or your impunity teaches your mouth, and you choose the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, and not I. Yes, your own lips testify against you. Like they say, thoughts are very powerful. Hey, CC, thank you so much for coming. I know you're gonna go to sleep. I want to go to sleep too. I'm very tired, but I'm probably gonna take a nap. And it says, are you the firstborn man who was born, or were you made before the hills? Have you heard the counsel of God? So, should I see outside? Yeah, I can see the sky. See the sky. All right. So you guys can still hear me? Okay, it says against you. Are you the first man who was born, or were you made before the hills? Have you heard the counsel of God? Do you limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we do not know? What do you understand that is not in us? Both the gray haired and the aged are among us. Much older than your father, are the consolations of God too small for you, and the words spoken gently with you? Why does your heart carry you away, and what do your eyes wink at? That you turn your spirit against God and let such words go out of your mouth. That's why they always say, watch what you say, which is your throat chakra. Always protect it with kindness, love, and careness, not hatred. What is man that he could be pure, and he who is born of a woman that he could be righteous? If God puts no trust in his saints, and the heavens are not pure in his sight, how much less man who is abominable and filthy, who drinks impunity like water? I will tell you, hear me. What I have seen, I will declare. What wise men have told, not hiding anything received from their fathers, to whom alone the land was given, and no alien passed among them. The wicked man wished with pain in his days, and the number of years is hidden from the opposer. Dreadful sounds are in the ears, and prosperity and the destroyer comes upon him. He does not believe that he will return from darkness, or a sword is waiting for him. He wanders about for bread, saying, where is it? He knows that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and anguish make him afraid. They overpower him like a king ready for battle, for he stretches out his hand against God and acts defiantly against the Almighty. Shall the earth be forsaken for you? Hey, the lap of nature, thank you for coming. I truly appreciate it. Please type Buddha in the chat to drop your link. I'm just reading the story of Job 2 that was highly recommended by Uncle Paul. That's Yankee Southerner Gaming. I'll type it in chat. Yankee Southerner Gaming. I hope you and family are doing wonderful. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. And it says, shall the earth be forsaken for you, or shall the rock be removed from its place? The light of the wicked indeed goes out, and the flame of his fire does not shine. The light is dark in his tent, and his lamp beside him is put out. The steps of his strength are shortened, and his own counsel casts him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walks into a snare. The net takes him by the heel, and a snare lays hold of him. A noose is hidden for him on the ground, and a trap for him in the road. Terrors frightening, terrors frightening, terrors frightening him on every side, and drive him to his feet. His strength is starved, and destruction is ready at his side. It devours patches of his skin, the firstborn of death devours his limbs. He is uprooted from the shelter of his tent, and they parade him before the king of terrors. They dwell in his tent, who are none of his, who are none of his. Brimstone is scattered on his dwelling, his roots are dried out below, and his branch withers above. The memory of him perishes from the earth, and he has no name among the reowned. He is driven from light into darkness, and chased out the word. He has neither son nor prosperity among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. I'm looking to see who's going. Hey, MGTV, what's up? So sorry I missed you. I'm looking down at the book, the Holy Bible. It's the story of Job, and it's part two because it's a very long story. So I'm just picking up. Those in the west are astonished at his day, at those in the east are frightened. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him who does not know God. Then Job answered and said, how long will you torment my soul, and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times you have reproached me. You are not ashamed that you have wronged me. And if indeed I have erred, my error remains with me. If indeed you insult yourselves against me and plead my disgrace against me, know then that God has wronged me and has surrounded me with his net. If I cry out concerning wrong, I am not heard. If I cry out loud, there is no justice. He has fenced up my way so that I cannot pass, and he has set darkness in my paths. He has stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head. He breaks me down on every side, and I am gone. My hope he has uprooted like a tree. He also kindled his wrath against me, and he counts me as one of his enemies. His troops come together and build up the road against me. They encamp all around my tent. He has removed my brothers far from me, and my acquaintances are completely estranged from me, which is very true. Everything, some of the some of these words are true that I'm going through. My relatives have failed. Yes, they have. And my close friends have forgotten me. Yes, indeed. Those who dwell in my house and my maidservants count me as a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I call my servant, but he gives no answer. I beg with my mouth. My breath is offensive to my wife, and I am repulsive to the children of my own body. Even young children despise me. All my close friends abhor me, and those whom I love have turned against me. My bone clings to my skin and to my flesh, and I have escaped by the skin of my teeth. Have pity on me, have pity on me, O you my friends, for the hand of God has struck me. Why do you persecute me as God does, and are now satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were written, oh, that they were inscribed in a book, that they were engraved on a rock with an iron pen and lead forever. For I know, for I know that my Redeemer lives, and he shall stand at last on the earth. And after my skin is destroyed, this I know, that in my flesh I shall see God, whom I shall see for myself, and for my eyes shall behold, and not another. How my heart yearns within me. If you should say, how shall we persecute him? Since the root of the matter is found in me, be afraid of the sword of yourselves. For worth brings the punishment of the sword, that you may know there is a judgment. Then Zophar the Naamathite answered and said, therefore my anxious thoughts make me answer because of the turmoil within me. I have heard the rebuke that reproaches me, and the spirit of my understanding causes me to answer. Do you not know this of old? Do you not know this of old, since man was placed on earth, that the trumping of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment, though his happiness mounts up to the heavens, and his head reaches to the clouds, yet he will perish forever like his own refuse. Those who have seen him will say, where is he? He will fly away like a dream and not be found. Yes, he will be chased away of like a vision of the night. The eye that saw him will see him no more. Hey, Matilda, Missy Matilda from TV. Thank you so much for coming. Major love shout out. Major love shout out to Trending. Are you laying down and getting some sleep? But for Jerry and Bang Bang, you better be getting some sleep. All right. Let me read this again. The eye that saw him will see him no more, nor will his place behold him any more. His children will seek the favor of the poor, and his hands will restore his wealth. His bones are full of his youthful vigor, but it will lie down with him in the dust. Though evil is sweet in his mouth, and he hides it under his tongue, though he spares it and does not forsake it, but still keeps it in his mouth, yet his food in his stomach turns sour. It becomes cobra venom within him. He swallows down riches and vomits them up again. God casts them out of his belly. He will suck the poison of cobras. The viper's tongue will slay him. He will not see the streams, the rivers flowing with honey and cream. He will restore that for which he labored, and will not swallow it down from the proceeds of business. He will get no enjoyment for his opposed and forsaken the poor. He has violently seized a house which he did not build, because he knows no quietness in his heart. Because he knows no quietness in his heart, he will not save anything he desires. Nothing is left for him to eat, therefore his well-being will not last. In his self-sufficiency, he will be in distress. Every hand of misery will come against him. When he is about to fill his stomach, God will cast on him the fury of his work. Hey Musa, Munib official, Rainer, namaste to you and your family, Charlene Hill. Hey everybody. I'm gonna take a drink of water because I've been supporting Angie Pool. Just Teresa dropped the link, and Trending was live, or Big Chief 60. Um, so everyone that's going live right now, I pull them up on my laptop. I have them on different tabs. Even though I'm live, that's what it's all about, is uniting and helping each other out. Hey, the real deal with Shonda. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. Strawberries have vitamin K, bananas, you put it in the blender with ice and you blend it up. and you drink that helps you, especially with what you had. It's still in your blood, unfortunately. Did you guys hear that half of law enforcement from Massachusetts on CNN stated that they're basically all going to resign because they're mandating that thing, which you don't know. So it's about to get crazy. And Christmas is in 85 days. So it's going to get crazy. So right now, like I said, the story job was recommended by Uncle Paul from Yankee Southern Gaming. He teaches you about how to meditate properly, and he also does meditation. He also does pool, uh, darts, wrestling, characters of yourself. He reads books, like I'm reading this Bible, just to pass time. And I told him that I read half of the story, and it really did touch my heart because I'm sorry to say, but when I was in bed, like almost dying, and I was losing my faith. And my mom was the one that said that I have to connect to my higher self. That's the only one that will heal me. Connect to your higher self, connect to the archangels and the angels, and to God, and understand. And most of everybody on YouTube doesn't understand half of what I've been through and how serious this is. But like they say, um, like already, like they say, life is a journey. The people that we lose in this journey wait for us in heaven, but the spirit is always in our hearts. So no matter what, my spirit will always be in my loved ones' hearts. And if I do go, then I could say at least I made my days and my time worthwhile, like worth my while because I don't know how to say it, like I did everything that I could do. October 6th, I go get blood work to see how my levels are, my organs, and everything. And I have faith in God and the angels, the archangels, that everything will be okay. Good night, Trendy. Major little shout out. But let me read the story for you guys. All right. I think I lost my place. Okay, every hand of misery will come against him. When he is about to fill his stomach, God will cast on him the fury of his wrath and will rain it on him while he is eating. And you see, like, it's cloudy out, like, it's been raining since I was in bed, since I was sick. It was like very, very, very cloudy out. It was storming, thundering, raining. It's just crazy. Okay. And will rain it on him while he is eating. He will flee from the iron weapon. A bronze bow will pierce him though. It is drawn, it comes out of the body. Yes, the glittering point comes out of his gall. Terrors come upon him. Total darkness is reserved for his treasures. and unfanned fire will consume him. It shall go ill with him whom he is left in his tent. The heavens will reveal his iniquity, and the earth will rise up against him. The increase of his house will depart, and his goods will flow away in the day of his work. This is the portion from God for a wicked man, the heritage appointed to him by God. Then Job answered and said, listen carefully to my speech, and to let this be your consolation. Bear with me that I may speak, and after I have spoken, keep mocking. As for me is my complaint against man, and if it were, why should I not be impatient? Look at me and be astonished. Put your hand over your mouth. Even when I remember, I am terrified, and trembling takes hold of my flesh. Why do the wicked live and become old? Yes, become mighty in power. Their descendants are established with them in their sights, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of God upon them. Their bull breeds without failure, their cow calves without miscarriage. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and these children dance. They sing to the trembling tambourine and harp, tambourine and harp, and rejoice to the sound of the flute. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Yet they say to God, depart from us, for we do not desire the knowledge of your ways. He who is the Almighty, that we should serve him. And what profit do we have if we pray to him? Indeed, their prosperity is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How often is the lamp of the wicked put out? How often does your destruction come upon them? The sours God disturbeth of in his anger. They are like straw before the wind, and like shaft that a storm carries away. They say God lays up one's impunity for his children. Hey, Deborah Mosby. Hello, Benin. Thank you for coming through. Please type Buddha to drop your link so you guys can all meet each other. It's pinned at the top. It's the first name. Just type Buddha, Buddha. I'm reading the story of Job. Okay. They say God lays up one his lays. Okay. They say God lays up one's impunity for his children. Let him recompense him that he may know it. Let his eyes see his destruction, and let him drink the worth of the Almighty. For what does he care about his household after him, when the number of his months is cut in half? Can anyone teach God knowledge, since he judges those on high? One dies in his full strength, being holy, at ease, and secure. His pails are full of milk, and the marrow of his bones is moist. Another man dies in the bitterness of his soul, ever having eaten with pleasure. They lie down alike in the dust, and the worms cover them. Look, I know your thoughts and the schemes with which you would wrong me. For you say, where is the house of the prince? And where is the tent, the dwelling, the place of the wicked? Have you, it's on AC. Have you not asked those who travel the road, and do you not know their signs? For the wicked are reserved for the day of doom, they shall be brought out on the day of work. Who condemns his way to his face, and who repays him for what he has done? Yet he shall be brought to the grave, and a vigil kept over the tomb. The coals of the valley shall be sweet to him. Everyone shall follow him, as countless have gone before him. How they can you comfort me with empty words, since falsehood remains in your answers? Then Eliphaz, I don't know how to say his name. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, can a man be profitable to God, though he who is wise may be profitable to himself? Is it any pleasure to the Almighty that you are righteous, or is it gain to him that you make your ways blameless? Is it because of your fear of him that he corrects you and enters into judgment with you? Is not your wickedness great, and your iniquity without end? For you have taken pledges from your brother for no reason, and stripped the naked of their clothing. You have you have not given the weary water to drink, and you have withheld bread from the hungry. But the mighty man posed the land, and the honorable man dwelt in it. You have sent widows away empty, and the strength of the fatherless was crushed. Therefore snares are all around you, and sudden fear troubles you, or darkness so that you cannot see, and an abundance of water covers you. Is not God in the heights of heaven, and see the highest stars, how lofty they are? And you say, what does God know? Can he judge though the deep darkness, thick clouds cover him so that he cannot see? And he walks above the circle of heaven. Will you keep to the old way which wicked men have trod, who were cut down before their time, whose foundations were swept away by the flood? They said to God, depart from us. What can the Almighty do to them? Yet he filled their houses with good things. But the counsel of the wicked is far from me. The righteous see it and are glad, and the innocent laugh at laugh at them. Surely our advisors are cut down, and the fire consumes the remnant. Now acquaint yourself with him and be at peace. Thereby good will come to you. Receive, please, instruction from his mouth, and lay up his words in your heart. If you return to the Almighty, you will be built. You will remove iniquity far from the tents. Then you will lay your gold in the dust, and the gold of appear among the stones of the brooks. Yes, the Almighty will be your gold and your precious silver, for then you will have your delight in the Almighty and lift up your face to God. You make your prayer to him. He will hear you, and you will pay your vows. You will also declare a thing, and it will be established for you, so light will shine on your ways when they cast you down, and you say, exaltation will come. Then he will save the humble person. He will even deliver the one who is not innocent. Yes, he will be delivered by the purity of your hands. Then Job answered and said, even today my complaint is bitter. My hand is listless because of my groaning. On that I knew where I might find him, that I might come to his seat. I would present my case before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me and understand what he would say to me. Would he contend with me in his great power? No, but he would take note of me. There the upright could reason with him, and I would be delivered forever from my judge. Look, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot preserve him. When he works on the left hand, I cannot behold him. When he turns into the right hand, I cannot see him. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I shall come forth as gold, my foot as held fast to his steps. I kept his way and not turned aside. I have not departed from the lips commandment of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my necessary food, but he is unique, and who can make him change? And whatever his soul desires, that he does, for he performs what is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. Therefore I am terrified at his presence. When I consider this, I am afraid of him, for God made my heart weak, and the Almighty terrifies me, because I was not cut off from the presence of darkness, and he did not hide deep darkness from my face. Since times are not hidden from the Almighty, why do those who know him see not his days? Some remove landmarks, they seize flocks violently and feed on them. They drive away the donkey of the fatherless. Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call on God? I will teach you about the hand of God. What is the Almighty? I will not conceal. Surely all you have seen it. Why then do you behave with complete nonsense? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of opposers received from the Almighty. Hey Deborah, you can type Buddha to drop your link. I know the ones that do not listen cannot hear the Bible because they're in their wicked ways. If his children are multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those who survive him shall be buried in death, and their widows shall not weep. Though he heaps up silver like dust and piles up clothing like clay, he may pile it up, but the just will wear it, and the innocent will divide the silver. He builds his house like a moth, like a booth which a watchman makes. The rich man will lie down, but not be gathered up. He opens his eyes, and he is no more. Terrors overtake him like a flood. A tempest steals him away in the night. The east wind carries him away, and he is gone. It sweeps him out of his place. He hurls against him and does not spare. He flees desperately from its power. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. Surely there is a mine for silver, and a place where gold is refined. Iron is taken from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore. Man puts an end to darkness and searches every recess for ore in the darkness and the shadow of death. He breaks open a shaft away from people in places forgotten by feet that hang far away from men. They swing into they swing to and fro as the earth from it comes bread. Hey, Phyllis Brown, type Buddha to drop your link. Thank you very much for coming by. But underneath it is turned up as by fire. Its stones are the source of sapphires, and it contains gold dust that path no bird knows, nor has the falcon's eye seen it. The proud lions have not trodden it, nor has the fierce lion passed over it. He puts his hand on the flint, he overturns the mountains at the roots. He cuts out channels in the rocks, and his eyes sees every precious thing. He dams up the streams from trickling. What is hidden, he brings forth his light. So again, I will repeat that. What is hidden, he brings forth to light. But where can wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man does not know its value, nor is it found in the land of living. The deep says, it is not in me, and the sea says, it is not with me. It cannot be purchased for gold, nor can silver be weighed for its price. It cannot be valued in the gold of Ophir, and precious onyx or sapphire, neither gold nor crystal can equal it, nor can it be exchanged for jewelry of fine gold, nor mention shall be made of coral, of quartz, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia cannot equal it, nor can it be valued in pure gold. From where then does wisdom come? And where is the place of understanding? It is hidden from the eyes of all living and concealed from the birds of the air. Destruction and death say, we have heard a report about it with our ears. God understands its way, and he knows its place. For he looks to the ends of the earth and sees under the whole heavens, to establish a way for the wind and approaching waters by measure. When he made a law for the rain and a path for the thunderbolt, then he saw wisdom and declared it. He prepared it indeed, he searched it out, and to man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Job further continued his discourse and said, oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, just as I was in the days of my prime. When the friendly counsel of God was over my tent, when the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were around me, when my steps were bathed with cream, and the rock poured out rivers of oil for me, when I went out to the gate by the city, when I took my seat in the open square, the young men saw me and hid. And the aged arose and stood. The princes refrained from talking and put their hand on their mouth. The voice of nobles was hushed, and their tongue stuck to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard, then it blessed me. And when the eye saw, then it approved me, because I delivered the poor who cried out, the fatherless, and the one who had no helper. The blessing of perishing man came upon me. Hey, the right way, what's up? I'm so glad you came in here. Um, everybody's like sleeping, but hey, Lord, today. Hey, Lauren, what's up? I'm reading a story of Job in the Bible. It's about everybody that's going through hard times, difficult times at this time. Their health is failing them. They're losing faith. So that's what I'm reading. It was recommended by Yankee Southerner Gaming. The right way. I IG'd you because I'm trying to remember what I gotta order again for it. Hey, Lord Kadema, thank you for coming. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I caused the widow's heart to sing of joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My justice was like a robe and a turban. I was eyes to the blind, and I was feet to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and I searched out the case that I did not know. I broke the fangs of the wicked and plucked the victim from his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest and multiply my days as the sand. My root is spread out to the waters, and the dew lies all night on my branch. My glory is fresh within me, and my bow is renewed in my hand. Men listened to me and waited and kept silence for my counsel. After my words, they did not speak again, and my speech settled on them as dew. They waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the spring rain. If I mocked at them, they did not believe it, and the light of my countenance they did not cast down. I chose the way for them and sat as a chief. So I dwelt as a king in the army and as one who comforts mourners. But now they mock at me, men younger than I, whose fathers I disdained to put with the dogs of my flock. Indeed, what profit is the strength of their hands to me? Their vigor has perished, they are gaunt from want and famine, fleeing late to wilderness. Okay, have a great weekend. Okay, let me see. Who pluck mallow by the bushes and broom tree roots for their food? They were driven out from among men. They shouted at them as at a thief. I appreciate everybody for staying and listening to this. I don't expect anybody to stay here and listen to this because they probably don't understand. So it's all good. But to those who rewatch it, thank you. I appreciate it. But this is coming from my heart. And like I said, the story I highly relate to. As I was saying, Flee lay to the wilderness, the slope and waste. He plucked mallow by the bushes and broom tree roots for their food. They were driven out from among men. They shouted at them as at a thief. They had to live with the clefts of the valleys, in caves of the earth and the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they nestled. They were sons of fools, yes, sons of vile men. They were scourged from the land. And now I am their taunting song. Yes, I am their byword, their abhor. They abhor me. They keep far from me. They do not hesitate, spit in my face, because he has loosed my bowstring and afflicted me. They have cast off restraint before me. At my right hand, the rabble arises. They push away my feet, and they rise again, and they raise against me. Their ways of destruction, they break up my path. They promote my calamity. They have no helper. They come as broad breakers under the runnest storm. They roll along. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my honor as the wind, and my prosperity has passed like a cloud. And now my soul is poured out because of my plots. The days of affliction take hold of me. My bones are pierced in me at night, and the gawning pains take no rest. By great force my garment is disfigured. It binds me about as the collar of my coat. He has cast me into the mere, and I have become like dust and ashes. I cry out to you, but you do not answer me. I stand up and you regard me, but you have become cruel to me. With the strength of your hand, you oppose me. You lift me up to the wind and cause me to ride on it. You spoil my success, for I know that you know, for I know that you will bring me to death and to the house appointed for all living. Surely he will not stretch out his hand against a heap of ruins. If they cry out when he destroys it, have I not wept for him who was in trouble? Has not my soul grieved for the poor? For when I looked for good, evil came to me. And when I waited for the light, then came darkness. My heart is in turmoil and cannot rest. Days of affliction confront me. I go about mourning, but not in the sun, and up in the assembly the crying out for help. I am a brother of jackals and a companion of what is this? And a companion of ostriches. My skin grows black and falls from me. My bones burn with fever. My harp is turned to mourning, and my flute to the voice of those who weep. I have made a covenant with my eyes. When then should I look upon a young woman? For what is the allotment of God from above, and the inheritance of the Almighty from on high? It is not destruction for the wicked, and disaster for the workers of iniquity. Does he not see my ways and count out my steps? If I walked with falsehood, or if my feet has hastened to deceit, let me be weighed on honest scales, that God may know my integrity, If my step has turned from the way, or my heart walked after my eyes, or if any spot adheres to my hands, then let me sow and another eat. Yes, let me harvest be rooted out. If my heart has been enticed by a woman, or if I have lurked at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind for another, and let others bow down over her. For that would be wickedness. Yes, it would be iniquity, the serving of judgment. For that would be a fire that consumes to destruction and would root out all my increase. If I despise the cause of my male or female servant when they complain against me, what then shall I do when God rises up, when he punishes? How shall I answer him? Did not he who made me in the womb make them? Did I not? Did not the same one fashion us in the womb? If I have kept the poor from their desire, or caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or eaten one morsel by myself, so that the fatherless could not eat of it, but from my youth I reared him as a father, and from my mother's womb I guided the widow. If I have seen anyone perish for lack of clothing, or any poor man without covering, if his heart has not blessed me, and if he was not warmed with the fleece of the sheep, if I have raised my hand against the fatherless, when I saw I had help in the hey, hold on, see the little birdie. Hang back there. See it. They're like flying around. They all are on the roof. They saw me moving the camera. That's why. All right, so let me drink some water. Thank you everyone for coming and staying in the background. I truly appreciate it. And the right way, I truly appreciate you. And Bruno or anyone that's going live, please let me know. And I can pull them up on another tab. Probably left because it's raining. Just moving this stuff out of the way. Sorry. Yeah, it's like really rainy out. You guys see? It's like cloudy. For that would be a fire that consumes to destruction and would root up all my increase. If I have despised the cause of my male or female servant when they complain against me, what then shall I do when God rises up? When he punishes, how shall I answer him? Did not he who made me in the womb make them? Did not the same one fashion us in the wombs? If I have kept the poor from their desire, or caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or eaten my morsel by myself, so that the fatherless could not eat of it, but from the youth I reared him as a father, and from my mother's womb I guided the widow. If I have seen anyone perish for their lack of clothing, or any poor man without covering, if his heart has not blessed. And I reread this because I need to process this in my head. So, I appreciate those who do stay, those who do come by, hit the thumbs up, share me out. And if he was not warm with the fleece of my sheep, if I have raised my hand against the fatherless, when I saw I had help in the gate, then let my arm fall from my shoulder, let my arm be torn from the socket, for destruction from God is a terror to me, because of his magnificence I cannot endure. If I have made gold my hope, or said to find gold, you are my confidence. If I have rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because my hand had gained much, if I have observed the sun when it shines, or the moon moving in brightness, so that the heart has been secretly enticed, and my mouth has kissed my hand, this also would be an antiquity deserving judgment, for I would have denied God who is above. If I have rejoiced at the destruction of him who hated me, or lifted myself up when evil found him, indeed I have not allowed my mouth to sin by asking for a curse on his soul. If the men of my tent have not said, who is there that has not been satisfied with his meat? But no sojourner had to lodge in the street. For I have opened my doors to the traveler. If I have covered my transgressions as Adam, by hiding my integrity in my bosom, because I feared the great multitude and dreaded the contempt of families, so that I kept silence and did not go out of the door. Oh that I had not oh that I had one to hear me. Here is my mark. Oh that the Almighty would answer me, that my prosecutor had written a book. Surely I would carry it on my shoulder and bind it on me like a crown. I would declare to him the number of steps like a prince. If my land cries out against me, let me turn this off. Excuse me. And if others weep together, if I have eaten its fruit without money, or caused its owners to lose their lives, then let thistles grow instead of wheat, and weeds instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. So these three men ceased answering Job, because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then the worth of Elihu, the son of Barashel, the Buzat of the family of Ram, was aroused against Job. His worth was arose because he justified himself rather than God. Also against his three friends, his worth was aroused because they had found no answer and yet had condemned Job. Now because they were years older than he, Elihu had waited to speak to Job. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these three men, his worth was aroused. So Elihu the son of Barachel, Barachel the Brazut answered and said, I am young in the years, and you are very old. Therefore I was afraid and dare not declare my opinion to you. I said, age should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the breath of the Almighty gives him understanding. Great men are not always wise, nor do the aged always understand justice. Therefore I say, listen to me, I also will declare my opinion. Indeed, I waited for your words, I listened to your reasonings, while you searched out what to say. I paid close attention to you, and surely not one of you convinced Job or answered his words. Lest you say, we have found wisdom, God will vanquish him, not man. Now he has directed his words against him. Let's see. If anyone can, okay. I was looking to see. I was looking to see if anyone came in, but no. I'm gonna go to sleep soon. Anyways. Alright, so no one convinced Job or answered his words, lest you say, we have found wisdom, God will vanquish him, not man. Now he has not directed his words against me, so I will not answer him with your words. They are dismayed and answer no more. Words escape them, and I have waited because they do not speak, because they stood still and answered no more. I also will answer my part. I will too will declare my opinion. For I am full of words, the spirit within me compels me. Indeed, my belly is like wine that has no vent. It is ready to burst like new wineskins. I will speak that I may find relief. I must open my lips and answer. Let me not, I pray, show, part- show partiality to anyone, nor let me flatter any man, for I do not know how to flatter, else my Maker would soon take me away. But please, Job, hear my speech and listen to all my words. Now I open my mouth, my tongue speaks in my mouth, my words come from my upright heart. My lips utter pure knowledge. The Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. If you can answer me, set your words in order before me. Take your stand. Truly I am as your spokesman before God. I also have been formed out of clay. Surely no fear of me will terrify you, nor will my hand be heavy on you. Surely you have spoken in my hearing, and I have heard the sound of your words, saying, I am pure without transgression. I am innocent, and there is no iniquity in me, yet he finds occasions against me. He counts me as his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks. He watches all my paths. Look, in this you are not righteous. I will answer you, for God is greater than man. Why do you contend with him? For he does not give an accounting of any of his words. For God may speak in one way or in another, yet man does not preserve it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, while slumbering on their beds, then he's then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction in order to turn man from his deed and conceal pride from man. He keeps back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. Man is also chastened with the pain and has bed with the and has wait other okay. Man is also chastened with pain on his bed and with strong pain in many of his bones, so that his life abhors bread and his soul succulent food. His flesh wastes away from sight, and his bones stick out which once were not seen. Yes, his soul draws near the pit, and his life to the executioners. If there is a messenger for him, a mediator, one among 1,000, to show him, to show man his uprightness, then he is gracious to him and says, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be young like a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray to God, and he will delight in him. He shall see his face with joy, for he restores to man his righteousness. Then he looks at men and says, I have sinned and perverted what was right, and it did not profit me. He will redeem his soul from going down to the pit, and his life shall see the light. Behold, God works all these things, twice in fact, 3 times with the man, to bring back his soul from the pit, that may that that he may be enlightened with the light of life. Give ear, Job, listen to me. Hold your peace, and I will speak. If you have anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify you. I not listen to me. Hold your peace, and I will teach you wisdom. Elihu further answered and said, hear my words, you wise men. Give ear to me, you who have knowledge. For the ear tests words, as the palate tastes food. Let us choose justice for ourselves. Let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job has said, I am righteous, but God has taken away my justice. Should I lie concerning my right? My wound is incurable, though I am without transgression. What man is like Job, who drinks scorn like water, who goes in company with the workers of iniquity, and walks with the wicked men? For he has said, it profits a man nothing that he should delight in God. Therefore listen to me, you men of understanding. Far be it from God to do wickedness, and from the Almighty to commit iniquity. For he repays man according to his work, and makes man to finding a reward according to his way. Surely God will never do wickedly, nor will the Almighty pervert justice. He gave him charge over the earth, or he appointed him over the whole world. If he should set his heart on it, if he should gather to himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh would perish together, and man would return to dust. If you have understanding, hear this. Listen to the sound of my words. Should one who hates justice govern, will you condemn him who is most just? It is fitting to say to a king, you are worthless, and to nobles, you are wicked. Yet he is not partial to princes, nor does he regard to the rich more than the poor, for they are all the work of his hands. In a moment they die, in the middle of the night. The people are shaken and pass away. The mighty were taken away without a hand. Skip the page. For his eyes are on the ways of man, and he sees all his steps. There is no darkness nor shadow of death, where the workers of activity may hide themselves, for he. Not backwards. Hey, Merlino, major little shout out. I'm just reading the story of Job. I have you on my old phone. It's just the phone didn't die. I'll be right back. See, it was on its charger. Yeah, shit did die. Merlino, you're alive, right? Trendy went to bed. Hey. Let's see. No be the difference is live. Absence is live. I don't see you live. Maybe I changed my screen names. I'm sorry, everybody. Give me a second. Yeah, you are live with the Galagos vlog. Oh shit. What's kind of loud? Oh, cool. Bananas up there. That's cool. Alright, let me finish this. Like I said, it's cool those who stay and those that cannot stay. I understand. I truly appreciate everybody for coming and staying, and for those who are in the BG, I appreciate it. I understand that some gotta go live and some gotta get their hours too. I understand fully, and I'm very thankful and grateful to know Marlena, Trending, BKM, Bertinga, Lauren, the Galagos vlog, Benin, and all of them. I just can't think from the top of my head all the names. Oh, and Prom Shop. How can I forget him? All right, so for the thought. Where were the workers of integrity from hide themselves? For he not further consider a man that he should go before God in judgment. He breaks in pieces mighty men without inquiry, and set others in their place. Therefore he knows the works. He overthrows them in the night, and then and they are crushed. He strikes them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turned back from him and would not consider any of his ways, so that they cause the cry of the poor to come to him. For he hears the cry of the afflicted when he gives his quietness, who then can make trouble. And then he hides his face, who can see him, whether it is against a nation or a man alone, that the hypocrite should not region, lest the people be ensnared. For okay. For has anyone said to God, I have borne chastening, I will offend no more. Teach me what I do not see. If I have done iniquity, I will do no more. Should he repay it according to your terms? Just because you disavow it, you must choose and not I. Therefore speak what you know. Men of understanding say to me, wise men who listen to me, Job speaks without knowledge. His words are without wisdom. Oh, that Job were tried to the utmost, because his answers are like those of wicked men, for the ads rebelling to his sin. Hey, better Tinga, self-care, wellness. Thank you very much. Major love shout out to you guys. I was just saying, that I'm thankful and grateful to know you guys. Okay, so almost. He claps his hands among us and multiplies his words against God. Moreover, Elihu answered and said, do you think this is right? Do you say my righteousness is more than God's? For you say, what advantage will it be to you? What profit shall I have more than if I have sinned? I will answer you, and your companions with you. Look to the heavens and see, and behold the clouds. They are higher than you. If you sin, what do you accomplish against him? Or if your transgressions are multiplied, what do you do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wickedness affects a man such as you, and your righteousness a son of man, because a multitude of oppressions that cry out, they cry out for help because of the arm of the Almighty. But no one says, where is God, my Maker, who gives songs in the night, who teaches us more than beasts of the earth, and makes us wiser than the birds of heaven, and that gives us vocals to sing. There they cry out, but he does not answer, because of the pride of evil men. Surely God will not listen to empty talk, nor will the Almighty regard it. Although you say you do not see him, yet justice is before him, and you must wait for him. And now, because he has not punished in his anger, nor taken much notice of folly, therefore Job opens his mouth in vain. He multiplies words without knowledge. Elihu also proceeded and said, bear with me a little, and I will show you that there are yet words to speak on God's behalf. I will fetch my knowledge from afar. I will ascribe righteousness to my Maker, for truly my words are not false. One who is perfect in knowledge is with you. Behold, God is mighty, but despises no one. He is mighty in strength of understanding. He does not preserve the life of wicked, but gives justice to the oppressed. He does not withdraw his eyes from the righteous, but they are on the throne with the kings, for he has seated them forever, and they are exalted, and they are bound in fetters, held in cords of affliction. Then he tells them from their work and their transgressions that they have acted defiantly. He also opens their ear to instruction and commands that they turn from antiquity. And natural disasters, if they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. But if they do not obey, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. But the hypocrite in heart store up worth. They do not cry for help with it, for help when he binds them. They die in youth, and their life ends among the perverted persons. He delivers the poor in their affliction, and opens their ears in oppression. Indeed, he would have brought you out of dear distress into a broad place where there is no restraint. And what is set on your table would be full of richness, but you are filled with the judgment due to the wicked. Judgment and justice take hold of you, because there is worth. Beware, lest he talk, lest he take you away with one blow, for a large ransom would not help you avoid it. Will your riches or all the mighty forces keep you from distress? Do not desire, do not desire the night when the people are cut off in their place. Take heed, do not turn into eternity, for you have chosen this rather than affliction. Behold, God is exalted by his power, who teaches like him, who has assigned him his way, or who has said, you have done wrong. Remember to magnify his work, of which men have sung. Everyone has seen it. Man looks on it from afar. Behold, God is great, and we do not know him, nor can the number of his years be discovered, for his draws up drops of water, which distill as rain from the mist, which the clouds drop down and pour abundantly on man. Indeed, can anyone understand the spreading of clouds, the thunder from his canopy? Look, he scatters his light upon it and covers the depths of the sea. For by these he judges the peoples. He gives food in abundance. He covers his hands and lightning and commands it to strike. His thunder declares it. The cattle also concerning the rising storm. At this also my heart trembles and leaps from its place. Hear attentively the thunder of his voice and the rumbling that comes from his mouth. He sends it forth under the whole heaven, his lightning of the ends of the earth. After it a voice roars. He thunders with his majestic voice, and he does not restrain them. When his voice is heard, God thunders marvelously with his voice. He does great things which we cannot comprehend. Thank you, Nene. I'm gonna take a nap too. I'm trying to read the story. It's the story of Job in the Holy Bible for everyone that are struggling and going through hard times. It was recommended by Uncle Paul. Um, His link and description should be his link and everything should be in the description. If it's not on this one, it's on the first one. But I gotta wait to edit this one and fix it. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste to you and the family. I hope all of you are doing great and heaven, Navaya, well, Navaya, that's the name, Navaya, is getting big. God thunders marvelously with his voice. He does great things which we cannot comprehend. For he says to the snow, fall on the earth, likewise to the gentle rain, and the heavy rain of his strength. He seals the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. The beasts go into dens and remain in their lairs. From the chamber of the south comes the whirlwind and cold from the scattering winds of the north. By the breath of God, ice is given, and the broad waters are frozen. Also, with moisture, he saturates the thick clouds. He scatters his bright clouds, and they swirl about, being turned by guidance, by his guidance. Hold on. The little birdie is back. Hopefully he won't get scared. Hey, Frank Schwartz, how you doing? Many blessings to you and the family. Type Buddha to drop your link, sir. I'm just finishing up the story job. It's for everyone that's going through challenging times during this, difficult time. That they may do whatever he commands them on the face of the whole earth. He causes it to come, whether for correction, or for his land, or for the mercy. Listen to this, O Job. Stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. Do you know when God dispatches them and causes the light of his cloud to shine? Do you know how the clouds are balanced? Those wondrous works of him who is perfect in knowledge? Why are your garments hot when he quiets the earth by south wind? I'm gonna drink some water. Everybody, Frank Schwartz, I'm gonna pull you up. Frank Schwartz has only 56 subscribers. Let's see, now it's 57. That's right, nobody is perfect but God. He has a good channel. Alright, Frank, we connected. I had to make sure that we were connected. You should have 57 subscribers. Give me I'll comment on one of the videos after this. That they wait. Those wondrous works of him who is imperfect of knowledge. Why are your garments hot when he quiets the earth by the south wind? With him have you spared out the skies, strong as the cast metal mirror. Teach us what we should say to him, for we can prepare nothing because of the darkness. Should he be told that I wish to speak, if a man were to speak, surely he would be swallowed up. Even now, men cannot look at the light when it is bright in the skies. When the wind has passed and cleared, and has yeah, and has passed and cleared them. He comes from the north as golden splendor. With God is awesome majesty. As for the Almighty, we cannot find him. He is excellent in power and judgment and abundant justice. He does not oppress. Therefore, men fear him. He shows no partiality to any who are wise of heart. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this who darkens counsel by the words without knowledge? Now prepare yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you have understanding, who determined its measurements? Surely you know, or who stretched the line to upon it, to what were its foundations fastened, or who laid its cornerstone when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy, or who shut in the sea with the doors, when it burst forth and issued for the womb, when I made the clouds its garment, and thick darkness its swaddling band, when I fixed my limit for it from it, and set bars and doors, when I said, this far you have made come, but no further, and here your proud waves must stop. Have you commanded the morning since your days begun, and caused the dawn to know its place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, and the wicked be shaken out of it? It takes on form like clay under a seal, and stands out like a garment from the wicked. Their light is withheld, and the upraised arm is broken. Have you entered the springs of the sea, or have you walked in search of the depths? Have you the gates of death been revealed to you, or have you seen the doors of the shadow of death? Have you comprehended the breadth of the earth? Tell me if you know all of this. Anybody going through hard times, this is highly suggested to read Job, the story of Job. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. I appreciate it to the fullest. Why it says trending is live? Trending sleeping. Alright, where is the way to the dwelling of the light, and the darkness, where is it placed? That, oh, I see. Hold on, guys. And the darkness, where is it? Where is the way to the dwelling light, and the darkness, where is its place? That you may take to its territory, that you may know the paths to its home. Do you know it because you were born then, or because the number of your days great? Have you entered treasury of snow, or have you seen the treasury of hail, which I have reserved the time of trouble, for the day of battle and war? By what way is light diffused, or the east wind scattered over the earth? He who has divided a channel for the overflowing water, or the path for the thunderbolt, to cause it to rain, or a land where there is no one, a wilderness in which there is no man, to satisfy the desolate waste and cause to spring forth the growth of tender grass? Has the rain a father, or who has begotten the drops of dew? From the whose womb comes the ice and the frost of heaven? Who gives it birth? The waters harden like stone, and the surface of the deep is frozen. Can you bind the cluster of pleats, or loose the belt of Oran? Can you bring the Masarath, and its season, or can you guide the great bear, or guide the great bear with its cubs? Do you know the ordinance of the heavens? Can you set their dominion over the earth? Can you lift up your voice to the clouds, that an abundance of water may cover you? Can you send out lightnings, that they may go and say to you, here we are? Who has put wisdom in the mind, or who has given understanding to the heartache? Who can number the clouds by wisdom, or who can pour out the bottles of heaven? When the dust hardens in clumps and the clods cling together, can you hunt the prey for the lion, or satisfy the appetite of the young lions? When they crunch in their dens, or lurk in their lairs, they lie in wait. Who provides food for the raven when its young ones cry to God and wander about for lack of food? Do you know the time when the wild mountain goats bear young? Or can you mark the deer gives birth? Can you number the months that they fulfill? Or do you know the time when they bear young? They bow down, they bring forth their young, they deliver their offspring. They Their young ones are healthy. They grow strong with grain. They depart and do not return to them. Who set the wild donkey free? Who loosened the bounds of the organ? Whose home I have made the wilderness, and the barren land his dwelling. He scorns the tumult of the city. He does not heed the shouts of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searches after every green thing. Will the wild ox be willing to serve you? Will he bed your manager? Can you bind the wild ox and the furry with ropes? Or will he plow the valleys behind you? Will you trust him because his strength is great? Or will you leave your labor to him? Will you trust him to bring home your grain and gather it to your threshing floor? The wings of the ostrich wave proudly, but are her wings and pennons like the coney stokes, for she leaves her eggs on the ground and warms them in the dust. She forgets that a foot may crush them, or that a wild beast may break them. She treats her young harshly, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without concern, because God deprived her of wisdom and did not endure her with understanding. When she lifts herself on high, she scorns the horse and its rider. Have you given the horse strength? Have you clothed his neck with thunder? Can you frighten him like a locust? His majestic snorting strikes terror. His paws in the valley and rejoices in his strength. He gallops into the clash of arms. He mocks at the fear and is not frightened, nor does he turn back from the sword. The quiver rattles against him. The glittering spear and javelin he devours, and distance within fierceness and rage. nor does he come to a halt, because the trump has sounded. You hear that? The trump has sounded. At the blast of the trump, he says, Aha! He smells the battle from afar, the thunder of captains and shouting. Does the hawk fly by your wisdom, or spread its wings toward the south? Does the eagle mount up to does the eagle mount up at your command, and make its nest on high? On the rock it dwells and resides, on the crag of the rock and the stronghold. From there it spies out the prey. Its eyes observe from afar. Its young ones suck up blood, and where the slain are, there it is. Moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, Shall the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? He who rebukes God, let him answer it. Then Job answered the Lord and said, Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer you? I lay my hand over my mouth. Once I have spoken, but I will not answer. Yes, twice, but I will proceed no further. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Now prepare yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Would you indeed annul my judgment? Would you condemn me, that you may be justified? Have you an arm like God, or can you thunder with a voice like his? Then adorn yourself with majesty and splendor, and array yourself with glory and beauty. Disperse the rage of your worth. Look on everyone who is proud and humble him. Look on everyone who is proud and bring him low. Tread down the wicked in their place. Hide them in the dust together. Bind their faces in hidden darkness. Then I will also confess to you that your own right hand can save you. Look now at the behemoth which I made along with you. He eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his hips. His power is in his stomach muscles. He moves better. He sneers of his thighs are tightly knit. His bones are like beams of bronze. His ribs like bars of iron. He is the first of the ways of God. Only he who made him can bring near his sword. Surely the mountains yield food for him, and all the beasts of the field play there. He lies under the lotus trees in a covert of the reeds, and marsh the lotus trees cover him with their shade. The willows by the brook surround him. Indeed, the river may rage, yet he is not disturbed. Hold on. Take off the cell phone. All right. He is confident though the Jordan gushes into his mouth. Though he takes it in his eyes, or one pierces his nose with a snare. Can you draw out Lithium with a hook, or snare his tongue with a line which you lower? Can you put a reed through his nose, or pierce his jaw with a hook? Will he make many supplications to you? Will he speak softly to you? Will he make a covenant with you? Will you take him as a servant forever? Will you play with him as with a bird, or will you leash him for your maidens? Will your companions make a banquet of him? Will they apportion him among the merchants? Can you fill his skin with harpoons, and or his head with fishing spears? Lay your hand on him, remember the battle, never do it again. Indeed, any hope of overcoming him is false. Shall one not be overwhelmed at the sight of him? No one is so fierce that he would dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand against me? Who has preceded me that I should pay him? Everything under heaven is mine. I will not conceal his limbs, his mighty power, or his graceful portions. Who can remove his outer coat? Who can approach him with a double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? With his terrible teeth, oh my gosh, to hear this. I heard these people. Let me give me a minute. Right. This is a very good story for like I said, for those going through hard times. Can you fill his skin with harpoons or his head with fishing spears? Lay your hand on him, remember the battle, never do it again. Indeed, any hope of overcoming him is false. Shall one not be overwhelmed at the sight of him? No one is so fierce that he would dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand against me? Who has preceded me that I should pay him? Everything under heaven is mine. I will not conceal his limbs, his mighty power, or his graceful portions. He who can remove his outer coat? Who can approach him with the double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face with his terrible teeth all around? His rows of scales are his pride, shut up tightly as with a seal. One is so near another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together and cannot be parted. His sneezings flash forth light. His eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lights. Sparks of fire shoot out. Smoke goes out of his nostrils as from a boiling pot, and burning rushes. His breath kindles coils, and a flame goes out of his mouth. Strength dwells in his neck, and sorrow dances before him. The fold of his flesh are joined together. They are firm and on him and cannot be moved. His heart is as hard as stone, even as hard as the lower milestone. When he raises himself up, the mighty are afraid because of the crashings they are beside themselves. Though the sword reaches him, he cannot avail, nor the spear dart or javelin. He regards iron as straw and bronze as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones become like stubble to him. Darts are regarded as straw. He laughs at the threat of javelins. His undersides are like sharp potsherds. He spreads pointed marks in the mirror. He makes the deep boil like a pot. He makes the sea like a pot of ointment. He leaves a shining wake behind him. One would think the deep had white hair. On earth there is nothing like him, which is made without fear. He beholds every high thing. He is king over all the children of pride. Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that you can do everything and that no purpose of yours can be withheld from you. You asked, who is this? Who hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore I have uttered what I did not understand, things too wonderful for me, which I do not know. Listen, please, and let me speak. You said, I will question you, and you shall answer me. I have heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye sees you. Therefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes. And so it was after the Lord had spoken the words to Job that the Lord said to Eliphaz the the Temanite, my worth is aroused against you, your two friends, for you have not spoken of me what is right is what is right as my servant Job has. 8. Now therefore take for yourselves 7 bulls, 7 rams, go to my servant Job and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you, for I will accept him, lest I deal with you according to your folly, because you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has. So Eliphaz and Termanat and Bildad the Shuhite and Zophar the Naamathite went and did as the Lord commanded them, for the Lord had accepted Job, and the Lord restored Job's losses when he prayed for his friends. Indeed, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then all his brothers, all his sisters, and all those who had been his acquaintances before came to him and ate food with him in his house, and they consoled him and comforted him for the adversity that the Lord had brought upon him. Each one gave him a piece of silver, and each a ring of gold. Now the Lord blessed the latter. Now the Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemiah, the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Koren Happak. In all the land were found no woman so beautiful as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them an inheritance among the brothers. After this, Job lived 140 years and saw his children and grandchildren for 4 generations. So Job died old and full of days. And that's the end of the story of Job. I appreciate everybody for coming and staying and watching this. What does it tell me? like how long. That's an amazing story. So if anybody would like to drop a comment down below, what they thought of the story. Please let me know what do they think of the story Job. That's an amazing story, if you ask me. He went through all of that. He had boils from the sole of his feet to the top of his head. So he went through all of that. And right now it's 5:10. Um, let's see who is live. And hopefully, um, if anyone's in here, we can go raid them. Oh, Lisa's premiering. Living life with Lisa. It's so nice to meet you. It's so cool. She does one big happy family collaboration they have. So I'm gonna leave this as a silent stream. You see the sky, kind of dark out, cloudy. I'm going to end this. Let's see. I gotta do it on my phone. Rotate your device. All right, namaste to everybody. Thank you very much for coming and listening. I truly appreciate it. Let me see who came. Hey, Miss Key. So happy to see you. Um, I'm not streaming from my computer, so it's kind of hard, and I just took it off. Namaste to you and your family. I just finished reading the story Job from the Bible. It's the Holy Bible. It's NKJV. So I read that. And I'm grateful for you coming by. I'm grateful for everybody coming by. Um, I'm gonna leave. I've been on here for 2 hours, so I'll probably go back on later on tonight. If CC tells me and hits me up, I'll let her know. Other than that, Miss Key has a wonderful, great channel. Everybody should go to. I will pull her up right now. Miss Key. Yeah. This phone be tripping, man. All right. Let me give me 1 minute. Read a ring. All right, I don't know if Miss Key's still there or she probably left. Um, but this is her channel. If everybody could please go visit it, I would truly appreciate that. Frank Shorts. Oh wow, Miss Key, you should have just typed Buddha, would have dropped your link automatically. Um, mm, let's see. Hey, Miss Key, type Buddha, Buddha, and you see Frank's link above. He only has 56 subscribers, so if you go to his channel, you will probably pull him up. I'm gonna pull you up on my laptop because on my phone, I can't do this on my phone. Kind of sucks on my phone. I don't know. They told me that not to do it because I don't know something about I lose watch hours. Cause YT. I have no idea. But I hope you and the family are doing wonderful and staying safe and staying blessed and having a wonderful day. Let me see. Let me put this back on my tripod. Oh shit. Sorry. Alright, can you guys see? That's Miss Key. She has a very, very, very cool banner. Let me see if you guys could see. Yeah, you guys could see. Alright. Sorry, I'm trying to like fix this. I'm very sorry for the any dizziness I may be causing. I apologize. But that is beautiful banner right there. We have red bell peppers, yellow carrots. I think that's agula, tomatoes. Very healthy. Very, 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 very healthy. She has amazing, 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 amazing continents. Smoothies with key. I like strawberries with bananas. I put a little green grapes in them, the seedless ones. Wait. What is this? A premiere? Healthy Monday. Oh, that's music. Oh shit. Foodie moments with the What's for Dinner with Key. I love when she cooks. Her channel is wonderful. It's amazing. Everybody, please go connect, connect, connect because it's not like she just shows you the food like after it's cooked. No, she shows you like the process step by step. It's cooking with her, how to make smoothies. It's amazing content. Look at that. Amazing, amazing content. I'm sorry I've been MIA. I've been hospitalized, so and then I've been in bed sleeping. I'm supposed to be resting right now. I'm supposed to be getting as much rest. I'm supposed to be taking my pills, my medication, my vitamins, and just taking it easy. Ooh, waffles! I miss making pancakes. I think I'm gonna make pancakes tomorrow. I think Miss Key gave me an idea. Make some pancakes tomorrow. What's that? Chicken? I heard people eat waffles with chicken. Yeah, I think that's chicken. That's a very cool meal. So that's Miss Key. Everybody, please go visit her. I truly appreciate it. And I truly appreciate everybody coming by. Namaste to you and your family. And once again, I'm going to go prepare dinner and go cook dinner. So, namaste. And I know Cece told me I should be running this. It's 5:22 a.m. where she is. So I will run maybe later on tonight to get some hours. No problem, Miss Key. You have an amazing, amazing channel. And everybody should unite. Everybody who watches the replay, please unite. I mean, did you type Buddha in the chat? I'm looking now. Type BUDDHA like Frank did, and then that way you can get it. If you scroll up, let's see who else. The right way, he dropped this channel. He's very supportive. I got a present from him that I gotta do an unboxing, and I'm very appreciative to him because nobody's like that. Nobody's that kind hearted. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing gift. And I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I thank the Lord and I'm grateful every day that, I wake up, I get to see my mother and that I get to see all my friends on here like Rona Vlog. You can go subscribe to her, Rona Vlog. Uh, Trending Live Space TV. She's an amazing content creator. If you scroll up in the chat, you will see everybody. You'll see all of them. They're all amazing content creators. They support you to the fullest. So, if anything, I will go ahead and after this live, I will go ahead and text her and give her your name. So thank you very much once again. Have a wonderful, blessed evening, everybody, and stay safe. And namaste to you and your family. And may everyone have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. I will not be live during the weekend. No trending. I will not go live. No. No, because I think my mother has off. So we'll see. Because I need to get some food, some sleep, some medication. So if anything, I'll see y'all later. Check it. Bye.